So ladies and gentlemen, we'll now move into fight number 7, which is brought to you by the Qurbani Beach Resort. And introducing first, out of the red corner, Bruce Qurbani.
So here we go, fight number 7.
So ladies and gentlemen, we'll now move into fight number 7, which is brought to you by the Qurbani Beach Resort. And introducing first, out of the red corner, Bruce Qurbani.
So here we go, fight number 7, and this is my sleeper pick for the certainly the technician, the fans that are technicians. They appreciate the technique. This is the fight that you want to see. The two smaller fellas going at it, flyweights. They're not very big individuals, but I tell you what, they are fantastic fighters. Bruce Qurbani, 5-2, coming off recently challenging for the title, and his head coach, Pasha Stoiler from Southside MMA behind him. And I tell you what, Bruce is just an absolute character. He's always got a smile on his face. Went 5 hard rounds with Cooper Royal in his last fight. It didn't take the win that night, but won some fans in the process. And I tell you what, 5-2, fantastic record. Purple belt Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Gents, I don't know what else we can say, but this man is someone you want to see.
Absolutely, absolutely. Like you said, he's a great entertainer. Yeah, great entertainer. And he won me as a fan in his last fight against Cooper Royal. It was, you know, in the defeat, it was a great showing.
And look, some big wins on his record already. Ben Edmonston, Jack Reed, just to name a couple. He actually went on a 5-fight streak. Cooper Royal managed to snap it in their last meeting, but he's certainly looking to get back in the winner's circle here tonight. And with a team like Southside MMA, I can imagine that is well and truly something that we should look out for. You'll notice there in his corner, another flyweight prospect, Naveed Hassanzada. Both gentlemen of Afghani descent, and very proudly wear their colours on their chest. So I really enjoy the dynamic duo of Naveed Hassanzada and Bruce Qurbani. I tell you what, Naveed had a fantastic performance a few weeks ago in Eternal MMA, and both of them are just such fantastic training partners for one another.
Well, I think that's one of the hardest things in gyms, is to find someone that's around the same weight, the same level, same intensity. You know, they both have the same drive, the same mentality, and when you do, you know, they both push each other to be better fighters, and it's awesome to see. And I think as a coach, it's something that we constantly look forward to try and match them up. But I mean, it just shows how tough he was that last fight with Cooper. Going the full 5 rounds.
And introducing his opponent, out of the
definitely
blue
went
corner,
off.
Troy Boy Fumo.
And now we have his opponent, Troy Boy Fumo. Well, when it comes to experience in the amateur ranks, there aren't many that have the amount of cage time that Troy has under his belt. He's a man who's held multiple titles in other promotions in the flyweight division. Won gold at the IMAF Oceania Championship at strawweight, and also actually traveled to the IMAF World Championships in Bahrain in 2019. So the man is well traveled, well experienced, and the likes of Ryan Dunstan and the team from Pro Fitness MMA in the corner, well coached.
I love the little guys, mate. The speed at which they work in the cage is just amazing. The way in which they transition is incredible. The speed at which they throw stuff, you know, their gas tanks just never seem to run out. Like, you never see a flyweight get into the first 2 minutes throwing at each other and then die by exhaustion. You know, these guys can go for like 10 rounds without a hassle.
So we mentioned the team, Pro Fitness MMA behind him. Travis Grubb, his head coach, coming up, I should say, from Melbourne to be with him here tonight. And also mentioned he's done a fair bit of work with Ryan Dunstan through the IMAF series, and he's actually staying at Ryan Dunstan's place this week. So with a familiar face, and I tell you what, pretty excited to see what Troy Boy Fumo has in store for us here tonight. A technician's delight is what I think we're in for, gents.
most of these gentlemen's wins and losses have all come from decision. So you know they've got the gas tank to go the distance.
So ladies and gentlemen, fight number 7 this evening is brought to you by the Qurbani Beach Resort. It will be contested in the flyweight division over 3 3-minute rounds. And introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he weighed in at 56.7 kilos and trains out of Southside MMA, holding an amateur record of 5 wins for just 2 defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Bruce Qurbani! And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, he weighed in at 56.5 kilos and trains out of Pro Fitness MMA, holding an amateur record of 5 wins for 3 defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Troy Boy Fumo! When the action begins, your referee in charge, Dave Garnham.
All right, so Dave Garnham in charge of the 2 flyweights here tonight. Dave, a fantastic martial artist in his own right. So he will be knowing what to look for here this evening. Both boys, you can already see the speed. And it's something you touched on the walkout, Anton. It's what makes this division just so fun to watch. Head kick counter with the right hand there from Qurbani. 1-2 down the pipe, and again the footwork on both of these boys, just flawless.
Oh, lovely lead left hook from Bruce.
So check hook lands there from the Southside MMA fighter. I tell you what, it can sometimes feel like you're calling a horse race commentating flyweights. Beautiful entry, turns the corner. Fantastic work from Troy Boy Fumo.
Lovely single leg, sitting on that.
But look at that, straight back up. The scrambling ability of these lighter weight classes is something to be marveled.
Oh.
And it looks like we have a spot of rain here this evening on the Sunshine Coast, not living up to its namesake. So head kick whiffs there for Troy Boy Fumo. Bruce Qurbani.
Oh, walks straight into a lead right hand as he throws the leg kick.
So it's one thing that you hear a lot of striking coaches talk about, those naked leg kicks without putting anything in front of them. You are very susceptible to that straight punch counter. Knee up top.
Knee to the head. Oh.
Well, these boys certainly are living up to the hype here of the flyweight division. In a division where they're all gunning for our champion, Cooper Rush Royal, who we'll see in action later tonight, attempting to become the promotion's first champ as he challenges Deegan McGurran for the bantamweight title.
He's got a bit of blood from Bruce's nose, probably from the lovely knee from Troy at the start. Just their footwork. Oh, I think he's caught him. Troy's actually stalking Bruce. You know, I was expecting him to go the other way, actually. Oh, lovely head kick.
Yeah, I think Bruce gone a little bit gun shy.
So both these boys bringing the pace fast and furious here, 2.5 minutes into round 1. Shooting in on the single leg now is Bruce Qurbani. Let's see if he can get a takedown to try and steal this round. 20 seconds left on the clock.
Oh, lovely.
Beautiful knee.
Pushing on the head there.
Lovely half Nelson. He's going for the half Nelson, trying to pin his head around. End of a round. He's definitely, that knee to the nose, I don't know if it's broken it, but it's definitely busted it open.
Yeah, there's a lot of blood leaking from the nose of Bruce Qurbani. We'll see what his corner team can do as far as stemming that damage. Paul Pasha Stoiler and Naveed Hassanzada going to work here for the man from Southside MMA. And it is absolutely bucketing down here, gentlemen.
It just gives the atmosphere, mate. Thriller in Manila. Let's do it.
Let's do it. So 1 round in the books, boys. Fairly tight round. Any lean for either of you?
I'm never going to have to go Troy on that side. I think he did the more damage. He got the takedowns. I think he's a little bit tighter and sharper at the moment. I think Bruce is a little bit wilder.
And coming into this fight, one thing that Troy Boy Fumo did note was he believes that his endurance will be the difference. So if the team from Southside MMA are hoping that this pace will slow down, at least on Troy's comments, that doesn't seem like something that we will see.
Bruce is starting to come a bit more forward, throw a bit heavier. Oh, lovely flying knee.
How can you not love flyweights, boys? Just beautiful scrambles. Troy Boy Fumo doing well there, ending up in side control.
Let's see if he can do any damage before Bruce pops himself straight back up. Lovely crossface to prevent him from turning in, getting his own takedown.
So that nose of Bruce Qurbani looks like it's troubling him a little bit. There is a fair bit of blood leaking from it. And they're going to stain our promoter Joel Zepasvari's beautiful white canvas, which I'm sure Joel won't be happy about, but it is a workplace hazard in the sport of mixed martial arts.
I think it also is going to affect his breathing, right?
It does look like he's breathing out of the mouth, Anton.
Oh, lovely stiff jab from both of them. Switching stance constantly. Oh, nice head kick.
Well, as that big shot landed there for Bruce Qurbani, are we seeing a change of the tide here?
Yeah, this has been a great comeback from Bruce.
He's definitely more of the aggressor in this round than compared to
Oh, wow,
the first
Troy's
round.
hurt. Troy is hurt here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure what did it, but he hasn't looked the same after that right hand from Bruce Qurbani landed about 30 seconds ago.
Oh, he's turned his back.
There is a big welt under the right eye of Troy Fumo. There may be something broken there. It's starting to form now. I'd say by the end of this round, it's going to be quite significant. So
you can hear from Pasha. He wants him in action. Oh, that was a nut. That was definitely
that was
definitely a cup. As you can see from his corner, they're telling him don't engage in the wrestle. Actually, step back and strike. They know he's hurt. They know that the wrestling will actually give him a chance to breathe and recover. As we can see, as you said, the big mouth that's open, starting to develop. Maybe he's done some actual damage to his occipital bone.
The team from Southside MMA are just calling for punches from Bruce. They want to see him attack what appears to be the damage on Troy Fumo's face. Tell you what, one of my favourite characters in Australian MMA is Paul Pasha Stoiler. He's just fantastic to watch. We need a Pasha Stoiler cam. Ooh. Some urgency out of Troy Fumo though, as they now re-engage after the inadvertent groin strike. Travelling close to the belt line there, but the referee is happy with it.
Yeah, that was unfortunate, that stoppage. Bruce was really starting to gain some momentum there.
Yep, couldn't agree more, Brad.
But I suppose in those situations, as a fighter, you really need to take that half a second to focus on what needs to be done, so you don't get caught up in doing the wrong thing.
That's right.
You know, and giving your opponent a way out. Oh, lovely lead right. Boom. Tide's changed.
Oh, big shot.
Troy.
Oh, here we go.
Bruce Qurbani is hurt.
Oh my gosh. That's what I love. Just the way the tide can change.
How do you score that one, boys?
Well, it was very back and forth. Very back and forth round. Both guys gaining ascendancy at times.
Goodness.
That little flurry from Troy, was that enough to secure the round?
White Mercedes, number plate 710YYN. If that is your vehicle, please stand.
Both guys looking fantastic.
This is the best part about this job, mate. Oh yeah, front row seats to some of the best fights in the country. Both corners would be telling them to go after the other, I think. You know, Pasha's telling him not to grapple, go out and strike. Ryan's telling him the same thing. This is crazy.
Well, just when we thought that fight of the night may have been wrapped up. In our last fight, Christian Lapham, JJ Tapu Tahuya tell you what, these boys are putting forward a hell of a resume. And the boys hook them up in the middle. What are your scorecards looking like, gentlemen?
I don't know. After last fight, it's better off not saying.
1-2 down the pipe there from Bruce Qurbani. Misses.
Oh, lovely
But that
lead.
left hand.
Great right hand there.
So Bruce Qurbani sits Troy Boy down early in round 3. I mean, what a fight.
He really needs to be careful with those knees so he doesn't catch him again. I think these boys, lovely lead. They need to be careful leading with their heads or they're going to end up with their
Another big straight punch lands and the knee.
Oh, the transitions.
Yeah.
This is sexy. This is what it's all about. This is the sexy part of MMA right here. The transitions back and forth.
A technician's delight. Just a fantastic high-level action here. And to think we haven't even got to the main card yet, boys. There's a reason this was our headlining act on the prelims.
This is going to be a fight to remember for these boys.
One of the greatest fights that the Coastal Combat Cage has played host to. And I'm certainly not overstating the importance of this fight when I say that. In on a single leg, potential guillotine attempt here from Troy Fumo. Doesn't look like there's too much danger of that submission threat though.
But it allows him to get the underhook, which allows him to get... that's just the mouth guard. I thought that was a nice little... I thought that was a nice little clot of blood there falling out. Just his mouth guard. That's all right.
The red mouth guard tricked us.
Lovely.
Beautiful
lovely.
takedown. Well, boys, this is an important takedown in a close fight. 1 minute remaining.
Wow.
Can we just give them both a victory? This has just been fantastic action in this flyweight division. I'm just absolutely blown away with how impressive
both boys are.
And to think these are amateurs. Some nice shots landed there from Troy Fumo.
And he's going to do everything he can to keep him there, keep control, do the damage, and just seal out this round for him.
So 30 seconds to go.
Keep rolling. If Bruce can keep rolling.
And there it is, a TKO victory for Troy Boy Fumo in what was one of the most incredible fights that the Coastal Combat Cage has seen. I mean, the likes of Dan Staveley versus Lucas Darcius, Jamie Edenton versus Ina Lanou, the list goes on. But I tell you what, boys, this one ranks as high as any.
Yeah, wow. Look, I don't think it was a bad stoppage. Maybe he could have lasted the next 30 seconds, but
Possibly, I think.
maybe, possibly. He's tough. Whether he could last the time or not doesn't mean that they should allow it to continue. Dave was looking for the safety of the fighter first.
Yep. Look, I think it was a good stoppage.
Yeah.
Bruce possibly could have got back up, but he was taking his time and just taking too much damage.
Yeah, as we see here, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 unanswered.
Yeah.
Behind the ear. It's tough, it's rough. As a fighter, you want to let it go, but as a judge, you got to be able to live to fight another day, right?
That's it. Look, Bruce is as tough as they come, and he's probably feeling it's a bad stoppage, but
to be honest, I think it would have been 2-1 on the scorecards anyway. So
ladies and gentlemen, our referee has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes and
deserved win
42 seconds of round number 3, declaring your winner by TKO in the blue corner, Troy Boy Fumo.
Well, I mean, that wraps up our undercard, and god damn, it's been a good fight show so far.
there's some great fights and many more great fights to come.
So ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with our winner, Troy Boy Fumo, in what was one of the most fantastic fights that this Coastal Combat cage has ever played host to. It was back and forth. I think both fighters got dropped at least one time. And I mean, we were lost for words cage side trying to commentate it. We love the flyweight division for this reason exactly. Obviously getting the finish there with just over 15 seconds remaining. You mentioned coming into this fight that you believe your conditioning would be the difference, and that seemed to be the story here tonight.
Yeah, definitely. We push it hard down at Frankston Pro Fitness MMA. We're working hard, and we got a lot of good guys coming up, so look out for us because we're coming.
Well, I think it's fair to say that you've arrived after that performance. One of the more experienced flyweights in this division. Now, it would be rude of me not to ask. We do have the Coastal Combat flyweight champ competing later tonight. And I'm sure if he returns back to his normal weight class at flyweight, you would like a shot at Cooper Rush Royal.
Queensland, do you fucking like that fight? I think that says it all, man.
Well, I think the crowd said it all. Look, before I let you go, I'm sure there's a lot of people you'd like to thank.
Well, I'd like to thank my coaches, Travis Grubb, Zolt, and special thanks to Ryan Dunstan down at Ignite Martial Arts. I know a lot of you guys love him down here, and I love him as well. He's an awesome guy. He let me stay at his house and didn't ask for anything, did everything I needed leading the fight week. He's a 10 out of 10 guy, and I'm very honored and proud to have him corner me tonight, and it made such a difference leading up to this fight. Well, I'd also like to thank my sponsors, Fight Kingdom MMA, Alpha Bodyworks, I'm drawing a blank. They're all in the back of the t-shirts. Turn around. So, yeah. Addicted to Ink, Frankston, Smitty's Bodyworks. Yeah, so thanks to those guys. They help support me, and I'd like to dedicate this fight to my beautiful nephews, Marcus and Leo. They're growing up, going to be strong boys, and I'm very happy to be an uncle.
Well, big shouts to the nephews. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up. What a fight! Troy Boy Fumo!